Sacco, I mean, his hands are wonderful, and they've been over years now, and I just, they're a joy to watch, but they don't always get it quite right, although they have done to the last 2 years in Hong Kong here, when in the cup final in the Wales, when Wales were half-time 19-0, and in the second half Fiji won the final 26 to Wales 19, and the year before that they won the cup final against New Zealand, and another fantastic game when Fiji won 35 to 28. So I'm sure some of them are pretty disappointed that they're not in the cup final this time, but you know, it's still important to get those points, and now I think they're coming now. And he's pretty quick too, this little lad, isn't he?
Yep. Lenny Sow asked for the pass and he dummied. He didn't give it to him.
Oh, nice. What a nice little thing from Osea Colonizao. And he joins him in. How sweet. That's a lovely gesture by the captain of Fiji. Interestingly, though, as we hear the drum is tremendous. Ben Ryan has made changes here, and Colonizao isn't starting, nor Mulavoro, nor Keo Tuai, nor Masalevu. He's giving the others. And by the way, Fiji have got an injured player as well, Donacio Ratumbuli. He is out of the game, he's injured. And a late change too by Australia. Cameron Clark was to start, but he's not. Peter Schuster, number 5, has come in, and as well Greg Jeladiv also is slightly injured as well. So the referee is, I think he's a tremendous referee actually, Federico Anselmi from Argentina. He's
and the rain arrives just on cue as well, Nigel. Won't dampen the spirits of the capacity crowd here at the Sokompo Stadium.
It's raining. And so Australia start with Paul Asquith. It should be a thriller. Yes, it is. It's raining quite a lot too. Held up there by Confoli. He's one of experience of 24 tournaments, but he's still only 21 years old.
Fiji infringing early, and so first opportunity for Australia. Brilliant defence coming in from Thakau as well. He wrapped them up brilliantly.
So into the hands of Asquith. Switch. Nice ball into Pakalani. Pakalani into the hand now of Schuster. I think he might have just not. It's there though, and yes, it is a try. Well played. It was followed by Asquith. Pakalani had the pace, and then Asquith had the sense.
Well, this was the set move, and they got it out to the wing. He's so big and strong. Is Pakalani just tackled there short. The clean out is efficient, and look at that, Asquith, great body position because he kept his head down low, stretched his arms out and over the line. Australia first blood.
Well, a good start. Pakalani, he's the one new player of this team at the moment, and he's done very well, and that's his 3rd try already here in Hong Kong. A guy who's he played in the Waratahs, also was in New Zealand, Auckland, but he's now Southern Districts in Australia. Good start by Australia. Lovely pass into Lupumalangi. Extraordinary. It's great to see him because he had a terrible neck injury 2 years ago, and he's just come back after that. They thought he'd never play rugby, but here he is. And here he is again. And look at the pace of him. Lupumalangi. He's going away. Lovely pass. Beautiful pass. And this is the class of Fiji. It's so entertaining. And it was Sankau Kiwa who was just behind Lutumalangi.
Samu Sangiwa and Fiji telling Australia, whatever you can do, we can match. And it was just through possession, and that man, Lutumalangi, he got rid of Asquith, and then he knew that he had the player on the inside. Beautiful little pop pass. And Samu Sangiwa returns after missing Tokyo last week to score his third try, 9th in his career.
It's remarkable, really, because last season Fiji played 32 players, and some of these players have just come back, and this is one of them. He missed all last season. He just played Gold Coast the year before, and now he's back again. And Ben Ryan he's sorted them back, and he's got them back, some of these great players, particularly Sako and Lutumalangi as well. I mean, 6 of them have all come back who were dropped out of the last season. What's the problem here?
Okay. No come white. Scrum. You're right?
Scrum.
Thanks.
Everybody go and tell me.
Keep closer. Closer.
Several years now of experience refereeing here. Very good. Flawless Asquith.
Set.
He's from these Asquith as well.
Player that is side entry.
Ball somewhere. There it is. Banged away.
And no advantage to Australia from that ruck side entry. You heard it quite clearly from the Argentinian ref, and so penalties mounting against the Fijians.
Interesting, this guy just there, Paul Asquith. He was a rugby league player, and his father as well, and his grandparent as well. And he's certainly doing very well. Quick penalty then for Fiji. Kamalai into the hands now of Nantuku. This is Rabuvu. Clever little kick. I think it wasn't a mistake. It's not going to get is Lutumalangi.
Showed some exceptional soccer skills there to control it, and then he's just kicked it a little bit too far.
Jolly Lutumalangi.
There it is here. Well, that's what they say. The referee said play on. And then here's the soccer skills kick. And that one there, just too heavy.
Play wasn't unlucky. Last played here in Tokyo. Before that, it was Las Vegas in 2010. Oh dear. It's going to be a penalty, certainly. Rabuvu made a bit of a song of it, I think.
Yeah, he certainly did milk it for everything it was worth.
He did, didn't he?
Ball is back.
Setafako Thakau, he's a 35-year-old, and he's still tremendous strength and pace as well. Atamaro Rabuvu quickly into the hands again of Nathuku. He's got away. No one can touch him. He's so brilliant.
Well, I've got to admit, I took the dummy as well. As soon as the ball got in the hands of Nathunga, he just kept it in 2 hands. And have a look at this replay, because that's the pass from Raubavo. Nothing on. There's the dummy. Bang. Everybody took it, in particular the Australian team. And he just strolled through. Score Fiji's second try.
Came up just like a greyhound, didn't he? 2 tries then. And the conversions both good. 14-5. And quickly, half-time already. Fiji 14, Australia 5. There's the boss, Michael O'Connor. Union International and also Rugby League as well. Through those years in 79 to 82. He'll be missed, won't he?
Yes, certainly, and that's his last team talk on these beautiful fields here at Sokombo Stadium, so memorable moment for him, I'm sure.
I think that's his mum on his hand. There's Samu Sakiwa. And a lot of course, have little words from the Bible as well. Well, we saw Fiji last week in Tokyo, absolutely fantastic final against the win over South Africa. Now, of course, the final is going to be different because it's going to be England and New Zealand in the next game in the cup final. Squish away by Ed Jenkins. Parahi. And this is Nick Malouf. Dumped down by Lutumalangi. Pakalani. I think he's a good find, I must say. Well, how many times has Michael O'Connor found good rugby players? Little knock on though. 6 minutes, that's all to go. At least 2 tries for Australia to take over third or fourth place. Still raining, you can see that. It's not so easy for the ball. Picked up well though by Rabuvu. Asquith gets it hold of it. He can't hold on too long. It was what, just knocked forward.
Yeah, Asquith just losing it forward there. Some may have thought that he got pushed in the back as well, so perhaps a penalty to Australia, but Argentinian referee didn't see it that way. So difficult to defend from this position against Fiji. So many options.
Well, here's a real chance for Fiji. 50-50 chance, I guess, in this position.
Ravuvu standing straight behind, and he's quick enough to come left because there's a big blind side.
Ravuvu, dummies, goes that way. This is very, very... Look at the pass, lovely pass into Lutulamangi. And again into the hand of Nuku. But well played in defence. Australia certainly tremendous. Their defence was outstanding there.
Yeah, this style of play not suiting the Fijians. That they prefer the open flowing running game, and just the ill discipline and at times incorrect entry and things like that is costing them, and we're just going to a stop-start match.
Sensibly to get it out of their own 22. Changes now. Fiji bring on Malivoro and the captain Osea Collins out. And as well also Masalevu's come on as well on the wing at the moment. Knocked back by Malouf then. Australia with the hand. Pakalani held up by Kolonisau. Tackle that time, Peter Schuster. Little knock on, little on. It's difficult. It's wet on this surface.
Good play by Kolonisau as well. first impact, and there are the errors that have been made, 5 in total, but Kalinisau made the tackle on Schuster and then punched the ball out of his hand in the process, dislodging it, and now giving Fiji possession on the halfway.
On comes Sam Myers in the prop on the left.
Crouch.
And this is Melivoro.
Set.
Well, what a game he has been. 4 tries last week in the Tokyo success. Kalinisau into the hands now of Rabuvu. He's quick. Well, they're all quick. Elusive, aren't they? There's a breakaway, and there's a real chance for Fiji now going for the corner. And he's going to get there. No one will stop it. It's Benito Masalevu. They're all so quick, aren't they? Amazing. Even Sakau, and he's 35.
Lomaveti Clavin Suva, a 24-year-old, and what I liked about here was just the way he evaded 2 players there, and then the shrug of the shoulders as well, and then in between the 2 players who didn't come across the cover, and then he pinned his ears back and he made way for the corner, had the angle. Lovely running style. He knew he was comfortably in at that stage and just flops it down.
Well, up till here he'd played 11 times and 36 tries within his tournaments. Amazing. So Fiji pretty safe now, 21-5. About 2.5 minutes to go. These young wallabies here, potential. They really have. There's Ed Jenkins, nice pass into the hands of Nick Malouf again. Jenkins again into the hands of Myers. Myers still drives, does well. Good ball into the hands of Schuster. Once again, Malouf whipped away by Confoli. This time, Sam Myers again. Held and tackled by Mulivoro. Got a chance here with Confoli. Well, it was a gut. Well, it was a worth. It didn't actually.
Well, he was front of the kicker as well, and so the referee says that's the penalty. Thakau tried to go on with it, and now he's bringing him back to get on the right spot.
Domalai. And look at this guy. Thakau. Onto the hands now of Pio Tuai. Whipped away by Thakau again. But here's a chance. They need this chance. Well, it's difficult. It's a wet ball. And they've only got about 45 seconds, in fact.
Well, that's an area where New Zealand targeted Australia as the breakdown. Pio Tuai on that occasion hands in the ruck. Australia are running out of runway. Only 30 seconds remaining.
Well, 3 days of fitness, hard times, and no easy games anymore. Myers again. This time with Foley into the hands. Ashworth, and here's a chance. Peter Schuster. Peter Schuster did very well. He's been out all this game, and that's his first try, as we see in Hong Kong.
Always tough 3rd and 4th playoffs. You kind of feel like you're the bridesmaid all the time. And on this occasion there, Australia, they got it wide, and once it got into the hands of Schuster, he got on the outside of his marker and Masalevu, and then just raced away to score right under the black dots.
Conversion was good, but that is the end of this game. So Fiji, well, they were cup finals last week. This time they in position 3rd and will get 17 points. And Australia, who were the plate finals last week in Tokyo, beating USA, this time they come 4th. And that's pretty good for them, because The Gold Cup was the only one in the cup final this season, so they've done very well, and it's tremendous.
What it also sets up is Fiji will obviously top Pool C, and Australia will be the top of Pool D for the next tournament in Glasgow, of course, and so those two positions are definitely sorted. A and B, who heads Pool A and B, will depend who wins in the next match. But let's head down to the draw now with 7's here.
It's time now for the pool draw for round 8 of the World Series in Glasgow, Scotland on the first weekend of May. Now, the top 4 teams, the Cup semi-finalists here in Hong Kong, all placed at the top of the 4 pools. The other teams will be drawn from the 3 bags, and we have Peter Boyles, Group Managing Director of HSBC Holdings, here to do the draw. And first, Peter, please, the red bag. These are the losing Cup quarter-finalists here in Hong Kong today. And the first ball out is South Africa. South Africa will face the Cup winners here this afternoon in Glasgow. Canada is the second ball out. They go into Pool B in Glasgow. Wales. Wales join Fiji in Pool C. Met them, of course, in the first game here on Friday. USA join Australia in Pool D. Now the blue bag, the next 4 ranked sides here in Hong Kong. Peter, please. Samoa. Samoa will play the Cup winners and South Africa in Glasgow. France are the second team out of the blue bag. They will play the runners-up here to be decided in a little while, and Canada, Argentina, Los Pumas, they will play Fiji and Wales, and finally Scotland. Scotland, the hosts in Glasgow, they will play in Pool D with Australia and USA. Now finally the green bag, the other core teams here, plus Japan, of course, the newly promoted team for next season. They'll play every round next season, plus the final 2 this season in Glasgow and London. Portugal are the first team out of the green bag. They go into Pool A. Japan, our new core team this season. They play the runners-up here, Canada and France in Glasgow. Kenya will play Fiji, Wales and Argentina. And finally, that means that Spain will join Australia, USA and host Scotland in Pool D. That is the draw for the penultimate round of the HSBC 7's World Series at Scotstoun in Glasgow on the 3rd and 4th of May. And for confirmation of that, we'll head back to our commentators here at Hong Kong Stadium.
Thank you, Seb. And yes, there they are. The Glasgow pools confirmed the Cup winner, which you will see in just a moment. Will join South Africa, Samoa and Portugal. The runner-up, Canada, France and Japan. Pool C will be Fiji, Wales, Argentina and Kenya. And Pool D, Australia, United States, Scotland and Spain. Let's look at the road to the final for the teams here. Fiji, well, they beat United States, and then England beat Fiji. Now England plays New Zealand in the final, and on the other side of the draw from the quarterfinals on, New Zealand beat Wales 28-5, and then Australia 19-7 after Australia had beaten Canada 14-12. So the final is England against New Zealand. It's been a wonderful week. So many teams, 28 nations came here to Hong Kong, and one day all of the captains of all of the teams went down to the waterfront and posed with the leading officials around this tournament. And there they are from the 16 leading nations. There were 12 other teams here as well in the qualifying series, and it certainly was great to see them here. We'll see Kalini Sau, DJ Forbes, behind Lee Wilson, Lee Williams, Terry Bulwakwa, Kyle Brown. Familiar figures to you if you've been watching us throughout the last 3 wonderful days at this fantastic tournament. Here it comes, the grand final of the HSBC 7's World Series in Hong Kong 2014. It's England against New Zealand. Part of the HSBC 7's World Series. The head-to-head favours New Zealand by 42 wins to 14. They last met in Tokyo. That's just days ago. 21 to 12, England won. So that is a good indication of their recent form. But England lead 2 to 1 in matches here. And they last played the cup final in 2011. New Zealand won there 29 to 17, but the previous final, England won. Listen to the way the crowd is going to welcome these two teams onto the field. Solid and in form. Starting 7 for England, led by Tom Mitchell. Inexperienced perhaps, but hugely talented bench. And the New Zealanders going with without Bryce Heem, who's injured today. So Yakira Ioane will get a starting role. And from the previous semi-final win, Sherwin Stowers comes back and replaces George Tilsley. Two very even and very fine 7's teams to play out this final in front of a packed house on a cool Hong Kong evening. Light rain is falling, but everybody is in high spirits to see a good final to match the excitement of the last 3 days. I'm Keith Quinn, and with me is former Scottish and British Lions Scott Hastings. We're the privileged ones, Scott.
Keith, the best view in the house, and an absolute privilege to commentate on the best team sport in the world, the fastest growing team sport, the newest Olympic team sport. And folks, you're going to probably pick up there's a little bit of drizzle going, but it's not dampening the spirit of this fantastic crowd. The atmosphere, you can literally touch it. It is that exciting. Tell us what you want to see, and hashtag HK7s as this phenomenon continues on.
Well, the commentators that you've been listening to over the last 3 days have got together and they've picked the Hong Kong Dream Team based on the form of the players they've seen, not including those showing off in the final. So Zach Test of USA joins John Moonlight, DJ Forbes, Tom Mitchell, Dan Norton, Greg Jeladev, and Ben Lamb. So it's a really international team of 7. We do this after each tournament these days, and it's fun to do. And some of the same players turn up in the tournament 7 week after week after week. We really do have some odd characters here at this event, which is continuing to grow in excitement and popularity in this part of the world. Back to the good old songs to get the crowd going, building up to the final. Most cup wins. New Zealand have played in 78 finals for 48 wins. Fiji, 51 finals for 23 wins. South Africa, 37 and 19 wins. England, 30 and 16 wins. But remember, England had a fantastic sequence of victories here, winning in 2002, 2003, 2004, 3 years in a row, and then again in 2006. So they know what it's like to win here. Maybe not these guys you're going to see in a few moments wearing the playing strip, but their coach, Simon Amor, was the captain of the England team on all 4 occasions when they won here in the early 2000s. So let's have a look at the team sheets for you. Phil Burgess and James Rodwell, powerful big forwards, as is Tom Powell. Dan Norton is the incredibly quick man, and there's Tom Mitchell, who's the leading point scorer on the tour this year. And Dan Bibby has got such great form, and Marcus Watson. And in the a bench, the very young bench with the 4 brand new caps. You see number 11, Stanley, that's Sam Stanley, whose uncle was Smokin' Joe Stanley in the All Blacks winning team in 1987. And the New Zealand team, well, we've got some experience in the forwards from Curry and Forbes. Got Curry and DJ Forbes, but Akira Ioane is just 18 years and 9 months old. And in the backs it will be Gillies Kaka to send it away to Tim Mickelson. Sherwin Stowers runs the midfield and Ben Lamb is out wide. Pretty even matchup, Scott.
Yeah, very much so. I think England have shown great consistency over this Asian leg of the series up in Tokyo, but New Zealand have exposed their younger players, and that may well just give them the edge. I looked at that bench, compared it to the England bench, and it all depends on that fitness. Of course, 10 minutes each way, Keith, such an important facet once you get to a final, the fitness, strength and conditioning for all these players.
And maybe both teams will take inspiration from the song by the young New Zealand singer. It's gone to the top of hit parades all over the world. Lord, she has a line in one of her songs saying, "Victory is contagious." The two teams to play the final here are unbeaten in their play over the last 3 days. Victory is contagious.
Keith, I was down in the tunnel there early on, and the atmosphere down there, it's spine-tingling. It's amazing because you get this thump of the music and the excitement of this crowd, and as these players run onto the arena, it is one of the great experiences in world rugby.
There goes Simon Amor. Look at this, gazing around the stadium as he did so often in his playing days. Now he's back as the coach of the England team. Look, drinking it all in. So such a lovely sight for him to be involved. With him is Jack Clifford, who could be the next fine young thing for England. Captain England's under-20 team to the World Championship in France last year. Coach of the New Zealand team, of course, is the great Sir Gordon Tidgens. Coach of the New Zealand team since 1994. Here comes the ball. And this is the first big run of the 2014 Grand Final. What a thrill.
Well, she'll remember that for the rest of her life, won't she?
Well, they involved the kids here too, don't they, Scott, on the first couple of days. Unfortunately, it was cancelled today because of the condition of the ground. They have kids playing for 2 or 3 hours, hundreds and hundreds of little boys and girls, and it's a beautiful sight to see, I tell you. Manager of the New Zealand team, Ross Everest. Getting ready underneath. The officials for the final are all the top referees. As if you couldn't guess, we are in the home of fireworks in China, and what a welcome to the two teams for tonight's grand final. To the right is Tom Mitchell, to the left is DJ Forbes. And out comes New Zealand in the all black, and England in the all white with the white jerseys and the red rose. And there's the famous silver fern, these guys now called 7's All Blacks. England team doing the old Scotland a few years ago. Scotland, they marched on to Murrayfield on their way to winning the Grand Slam. There's James Rodwell, his 50th tournament. What a lot of travel that is, and 340 points from 68 tries. Now it's a tradition, a new tradition, that every final at every tournament begins with the national anthems of the two countries. So stand by for the national anthems of New Zealand and Great Britain. You saw close-ups of Tom Mitchell, Tom Powell and James Rodwell, the three senior men in the England team. Born in June 1995, just a couple of days after Jonah Lomu scored 4 wonderful tries in the World Cup match against England. Jonah is here, and Ioane was born after Gordon Titchens took over coaching the New Zealand 7's team. Beautifully set up for this final. We hope wherever you are around the world, 131 countries take the coverage of this final. It's 2 spells of 10 minutes each way, and with many people describing the Hong Kong 7's as the best of the World 7's series every year. What a moment this is, as 14 young men hold their breath and 14 young men go to the wishing well. Here's tonight's referee, Matt O'Brien, 32-year-old from Gold Coast, Australia. It's actually going to be his last 7's match because he begins in a fortnight a new refereeing career in Sanzar's Super 15 series.
New Zealand.
Gillies Kaka from New Zealand kicks deep, and England in the white begin against New Zealand in the all black in the 2014 HSBC 7's Cathay Pacific Hong Kong 7's final. Dan Norton, it's a little bit slippery, so he went a wee bit past the ball. Stowers, Mickelson, Forbes get the ball for New Zealand. DJ Forbes, that's the 22 metres line ahead. Ben Lamb likes to take it via the direct route. Forbes, Mickelson, the player of the year on the world scene last year at the World Cup. Here is Kaka. It's a little bit treacherous for him to try the big side steps, but he'll try them. It's the final. You've got a chance around.
Rolling onto the ball. Early nerves from England, but you're right, Keith. It's a little splattering of rain, and Tom Mitchell will just slow things down, keep things calm. Ice mines from an England perspective. He'll kick for touch. Set piece, 3 strapping forwards in that England team who've got plenty of height over their opposition.
He's had a brilliant series, certainly a wonderful tournament. Tom Mitchell, 2 battle scars there. Now he makes the throw to the line out. Rodwell will be lifted by Powell. Curry for New Zealand. Rodwell has it, well taken to control. There is Bibby. Watson Nice change of direction. Hard run in by Rodwell. Good tackle on him by Curry. Mitchell again. England looking secure in these early stages. That's Burgess. Phil Burgess. We're getting all the early chances, but a fumble between Mitchell and Powell.
Well, Mitchell's indicated to Paul, look where the space is. It's out wide. Simon Amor, the England head coach. Great experience in the noughties, winning titles with England. And Sir Gordon Titchens, the New Zealand head coach, ever present in that role.
Crouch.
They both know what it's like to play here too. As I mentioned, Amor captained England 4 times to win here. Titchens played in New Zealand teams here way back in the 80s. Sherwin Styles, space to run around Watson. Right, chase and tackle by Marcus Watson.
Interesting, Mitchell just going back, will he kick it out? He's tight to the touchline. Yeah, obviously a deliberate ploy just to take the sting out the pace of the game. Here's the tackle. Look at that, Watson gave him the outside, but tracked him down within minutes. In paces, I should say, but I think Stower's guilty of just lying over the ball.
Short and flat to Burgess, and he's carried into touch by DJ Forbes.
Thanks, Moisey.
That's Phil Burgess on, of course, one of the fully professional players on the field in this game. They all are. To Mickelson. Remember, it's 10 minutes each way, and that will seem a whole lot longer to you watching at home, certainly to the players playing. Forbes, Lamb 60 metres out. Norton secure on the tackle. Curry. Stowers. Bibby's onto him, and the England tackling is outstanding in the last few moments. Forbes presents. Cucker. Mickelson, a very elusive runner, but he's shadowed. Tucker! What a save by Powell again. Ioane. Can he keep possession? He sometimes has surrendered it in his young career. Learning the ropes, if you like. Out to Lamb. Lamb against Bibby. Lamb battles his way to the line. All power. First try to New Zealand.
Power play by Ben Lamb up the wing. Ben. Magic Ben. Bibby went in for the tackle. He hung on, he hung on, he hung on. But because Lamb stood up, he was able to reach out and score.
The referee is Ben Krause, one of the top referees here. You only have to touch the paint. The crowd here, well, a few expat British people here, perhaps not very happy, but you only have to touch the littlest bit of the white paint, and it's a try.
Here's another angle of it. Look at this. The assistant referee in the back of your picture now. And look at the nod. Yep, it's over. They all count in this game when you have a reach like that.
So New Zealand in the early lead, almost against the run of play because the England defence has been so good. But let's look and see what Tom Mitchell can come up with here. A change of direction. Hands it off to Bibby. Bibby to Rodwell. Hey, the two big men are playing tricks with a backhand pass. And a knock on in there by Powell. So reliable, Dan Tom Powell. England won't like that stat. No mistakes yet by New Zealand. 4 to England. This is a good position for New Zealand to throw the ball into open running spaces. Kaka puts it off the floor, then loops the loop. Stowers goes for the gap, running into the gap closed. Lamb. He's going to try the same method. Wow. Fantastic power. Burgess got it back. And it's a scrum, England in defence.
Well, another power play by Ben Lamb, and Keith, one of our fellow commentators, Willie Luosi, he marked out Ben Lamb as one to watch, and he is absolutely on fire in his opening few minutes of this tie.
Akira Ioane can hardly believe it. 9 months ago, he was a schoolboy in Auckland, New Zealand. Mitchell fast on the break, right back in the fence. This is dangerous for New Zealand. Watson caught in a double hit. And one of the tacklers getting back there unbelievably quickly was DJ Forbes. More trouble though. England spreading it. Rodwell and Powell. Ioane getting back with good speed too. And Maul is called. They hold it up.
Well, young Ioane did brilliantly there. He is also a powerhouse man. Holding Tom Powell up in that contact. Well, I thought it would go out to Norton. They used the pace down the far side of Marcus Watson. The ball came back for England against the grain to this far side, but it was Rodwell who decided to take options first. Powell took ball in, turnover possession, and England have given away the ball on 7 occasions in this match already.
A minute and a half to go till half-time. High speed on a slightly slippery ground. Stowers gives it to Ioane, who tries his strength. There's Burgess secure on the tackle. Forbes off again to Stowers. There's 3 versus 1 here. Mickelson. And in he goes. The World Cup Player of the Year. Second try for New Zealand.
Well, Magic Mickelson, look at this. Inside Mitchell, stretches his legs. Opens the scoring with an extra try there. And on top of Ben Lamb's first try, that's the second for New Zealand.
So there it is. One Kaka converted New Zealand 12-0. Been one of the veterans of the tour in recent times, Tim Mickelson, so very reliable. 47th tournament here and a World Cup winner in Moscow. The game will continue despite the fact that the siren has gone for half-time, and England, they must stick with their same tactics of spreading the ball. Watson out to Norton, that's pace and pace, but the New Zealanders have got across and closed them down. And that was Stowers and Mickelson. Rodwell running hard at the gap was Mitchell. He's got Bibby there. Curry dives at him. Penalty for England. Powell. And he is in. A brilliant score for England. A pressure try. But does he have a cramp? Maybe, maybe not.
Well, look how hard these players work. Tom Powell sucking it in, looks to the skies for inspiration. Louis, tap and go. Ioane, he couldn't set his defensive alignment quick enough.
Very reliable kicker, Tom Mitchell. And it's over. Well, that action after the siren went could be a vital part of the game as it's closed right up at the half-time break. It's New Zealand 7, England 12, half-time in the HSBC 7's World Series final, Hong Kong 2014.
That's all, around the ball is important. I've got ball, right, now you've got ball on the inside. That's that, yeah? Come on. Empty this, same boat. Nice boy. One more thing, same time.
It is. Up on those banks, those stands, the crowd is really rocking. And look at this, looking down the field and into the stands. Capacity here is 42,000. At the end, the southern stand was declared full early this afternoon. Nobody else could get to it. Referee Matt O'Brien from Australia begins the second half. Tom Mitchell kicks for England. It's a game that's all closed up now, 12-7, taken by Ioane for New Zealand. Strong young man, a powerful man who'll be a real force in the years to come, finding his way into the team with some solid play. There's his forward mate, Scott Curry. And there's the third forward, DJ Forbes, who flings it to Gillies Kaka, to Mickelson. Now he's allowed to wander. Looks like he's out for a bit of a stroll. You wouldn't think it was a big final. Probing. They take it back to bring it forward to find the space. And it's with the young man again. But believe me, he doesn't look like a teeny bopper. Look at the tackling go in. It's rock solid. Stowers. Ioane starts again, charges hard, gets through Norton. It's tough. Now let's see what Lamb does. In the midfield, he knows only one way. He has one try, Mickelson. He's the other try scorer. Floats it wide, finds Curry. 5 metres out. Ioane takes it down again. Curry. Kaka. Floating ball to the captain. Try number 3. He ain't no speedster, but there was no stopping DJ Forbes.
Well, he ain't no speedster, but for me, he's been the outstanding leader on this pitch in this final. New Zealand stringing together 41 passes compared to 23 for England. When you're taking on the ball like that and you have space like that and you have a leader like that, his tackling, his work around the ground, his work rate overall, out the top drawer.
High pressure kick, pressure try. Jonah Lomu, who was the man of the tournament here when he played here all those years ago, he actually says if you want to play a sport where your heart bursts out of your chest, play rugby sevens. And he's very good friends with Trevor Gregory, and that shows there, and it's great to see Jonah here and thoroughly enjoying it, but it's not over yet.
Keith, another wee burst of rain, actually. That's going to have a big influence on the remainder of the game.
Yes, it is. It's coming down really heavily at the moment compared with earlier today. There goes Marcus Watson. Very good hard hit by Lamb, and it's shattered across the touchline.
Yeah, England have not been able to uncork their two flyer machines in Marcus Watson and in Dan Norton, and I think New Zealand have had an absolute tactic by going to take the physicality out of their play as well, by running down those channels.
Substitution,
So he's a calm man. Titchens to the right is Mark Harvey. Substitutions coming on. Ioane has come off for New Zealand, and Sam Dixon, tall young forward from Canterbury, has come on. Only a two-man line out, and it's tipped by Curry, but Powell has cleaned up. See how Mickelson stayed away. They don't want to have any penalties if they can against them. Curry, he got it clear somehow. Kaka kicked out wide for Lamb, and Watson. Let's have a look. Could be TMO, Lamb and Norton it was.
I think there's been a penalty against because Lamb took out Norton.
He's throwing the ball away, whether it's 5 metres or multiple.
Have a look at it here.
Football in from it.
Norton goes back. I think Lamb just goes in with a tackle, doesn't he? Yeah, he tackles Norton without the ball, although he gets the first touchdown on it. The penalty error had been...
So player, throwing the ball away after you give a penalty. Okay, black, number 8? Yes. Okay, thank you.
So it's James Mbalambu, and there's a yellow card coming, and that's against Ben Lamb. Did he throw the ball away? I think he did. And that's just not tolerated in the quick-fire game the authorities want 7's to be. So that is maybe a critical moment of decision in the game, because 7 will play 6 for the next 2 minutes. So there's Lamb. And stops them taking a big quick kick. It's a tiny little thing that could change the course of what we're watching here. Thrilling 7's rugby. Taken by Forbes again. Curry with him. Dixon. Kaka. And now we have Wandering Tim. He's allowed to go backwards. That's okay. Dixon over the top. Good secure catch by Curry. Does a little two-step. Little soft shoe shuffle, but there ain't no soft shoe shuffle about this from Ford. And Stowers, one end of it. Cuts inside Mitchell. Brilliant, tenacious D. But Dixon, deeper Dixon scores.
Well, New Zealand happy to concede. And when you get Stowers stepping off like that, and you get the support and play from Dixon, masterclass here from New Zealand, playing the conditions and playing the ball so well.
I know what you're saying. I think he's won the contest way past the ball though.
Just remember that try was scored with New Zealand with 6 players on against 7. Umbrellas are out. Kaka converts. Good lead for New Zealand now. Time to go less than 4 minutes. Animated Titchens. You don't often see that. He's usually down on his chair with his notebook. Big role played by Mickelson as well. There's the skiddy kick by Kaka, and that's a good tactic as well.
Yeah, good footballing skills, spotting the gap there, keeping it low. And really,
Open up, New Zealand.
you feel as though New Zealand have got this one.
At the front.
3 minutes to play. Taken by Rodwell. Now Mitchell, shadowed by Dixon. Oh, Watson, brilliantly to halfway. Elementary, my dear Watson. He runs 60 metres. Still a long way out, but a brilliant try. What a great conversion taken at speed to make it a 7-pointer for England. Look at this again.
Well, it's the first time they've managed to uncork the speedster. And Watson, once he went past Kaka, well, there was no stopping him. Forward pass. Keith, no try. Forward pass. I'm just looking at Matt O'Brien.
Yep, you're right. They've gone right back up the field, 80 metres. Look at the look of desolation on the face of Watson. Even in that close-up, I don't think he knew. Let's see what we see here. It's Tom Mitchell.
There's the line there.
He was off to the races here. Off to the highlights tapes too, but not anymore, and the crowd don't like it.
Well, the try that was never scored, or never awarded, I should say. And it was an absolute peach, wasn't it?
Well, all the New Zealand defence was
Time on.
working hard, but he really tangled their shoelaces.
Fine. Grip. Fine.
2.5 to go.
Set.
Kaka. England reeling from a break-your-heart moment, but still they play on. Worthy finalists.
More.
Earlier today, they beat South Africa and they beat Fiji. That's how good this England team is. But look at the score now. Despite what has happened in the non-awarding of the try to Watson, it's still a good margin to New Zealand.
Tackler set. Entry. Number 2.
It's against Mickelson. Watson. And Mitchell. A new man on the field for England. That's Alex Gray.
Held on. Tackle's fine.
TJ Forbes making an absolute nuisance of himself. Did he look at it? The applause coming in the hand from Ben Lamb. They recognise what the captain has done. He's completely obliterated the contact area.
So Ben Lamb is back in the game. Marty McKenzie comes in to substitute for Gillies Kaka. Coming on for England, a big moment for Sam Stanley. Stanners, they call him, playing in his English rugby scene for Saracens. McKenzie kicks away to the sideline, just a minute and a half to play. So are we going to see some more thrills in the last 90 seconds? Or New Zealand just going to ride this one out and bring it on home with the breeze? McKenzie, young Southland originally. His parents are here having the time of their lives. They'll be thrilled at the brief time he gets to play in the final. He handles the ball, flicks it away. That's Ambrose Curtis as well. And there is a race by Forbes for the corner. And it's 22, I think you'll find.
I wonder if that was a deliberate...
That's 22. No, it's not a try. Go to 22.
I thought Watson had put the ball out deliberately.
So play goes on now, but the referee says come back. More tough time for referee O'Brien from the crowd. I think the 22 dropout was taken rather too quickly for him. And there it is, kicked out to the right. Now, Ambrose Curtis. See the way he waited till Powell dropped to the ground, because you can't catch, for safety reasons, and disrupt the man in the air.
Offside of the tackle zone.
seconds remaining. Sam Stanley, Mitchell. Here's Watson running down the same tram track he went before, but it was to no avail. Now Watson tries, Mitchell tries something different. And they're trying everything, but there's no way through for England in this final.
Keith, it just shows you how much pressure England have been on this match. New Zealand have absolutely snuffed the fire out of England. They've eliminated their attacking threats in Norton and Watson. Dan Bibby hasn't had an opportunity to really run, and their playmaker Tom Mitchell, the captain, quite outstanding throughout the whole tournament. But on this occasion, the team haven't quite broken that New Zealand stout defence.
Well, the fact that they brought George Tilsley on for the last seconds of this game means New Zealand might try to keep something going. Or are they? Is Tim Mickelson going to kick it out high into the third tier of seating? He goes, and the stadium gives it the rock concert roar for a victory to New Zealand. The 7's All Blacks win in Hong Kong 2014, beating England by 26 points to 7.
I know they award a player of the tournament, and I just wonder if that man will eventually get his hands on that trophy.
What are you trying to do, Scott? I'm one of the judges. Well, maybe it won't go down as one of the all-time classic games, but for the pressure game that New Zealand brought in the conditions to play England, it was the right thing to do, and they had to weather some powerful England defence. There were a couple of times that England were denied tries, but in the end the one scored by New Zealand were the one that counted. Lamb, Mickelson, Forbes and Dixon. Well played, England, for making the final and being so competitive. They are very disappointed young men. Watson's, I can't tell you what he's exactly saying, but it could be something along the lines of, I thought I got it in the long, long run for glory. Let's go down to Seb Lozier with the New Zealand captain.
Well, New Zealand captain DJ Forbes. DJ, it's been a 3-year wait, but you're the Hong Kong champions.
Yeah, I guess if I could quickly say, I'm a religious man, and every time the heavens have opened up and it's rained, we've been pretty successful, eh? World Cup, and then at home in Wellington, and then here. I mean, something about it, I'm definitely proud of the boys, showed a lot of character. And to convincingly win like that at Hong Kong, against the odds, it was really good.
Yeah, you had a good look at them last week, of course, in Tokyo, where they beat you. The contact area was key in that final, especially in these conditions.
Yeah, well, like I said, when the rain came, it sort of changed the role of a lot of our players, and I guess that's our fundamentals. All Blacks like playing contact rugby, and it fell into our hands. And I mean, I can't say enough about this team. There's some young boys in there. We gave them a crack against England last week, and we definitely learned from their lesson, and here we are today on the winning podium.
Well done, DJ. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
So there goes the England team, down bottom left of your screen, up to the official reception area, where they will receive tankards for making the final here at the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong 7's. Brett Gosper from the International Rugby Board, Ryan Stevenson and Trevor Gregory from the Hong Kong Rugby Union, Jonah Lomu, international good fellow of rugby. Let's go down and hear from Gordon Titchens.
Gordon, massive performance from your team there.
Yeah, they played particularly well. I mean, you know, I don't usually singling out players, but DJ Forbes was just simply outstanding in this tournament. You know, he just leads the way, leads from the front, and all those younger players come in behind him. You know, just got a great team performance in the conditions, which were quite challenging.
Yeah, the Hong Kong champions, well done.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Short and sweet from Gordon Titchens, so we can see the presentation to the New Zealand team. George Tilsey and Ben Lamb, Sherwin Stowers and Marty McKenzie, and warm handshakes for the New Zealand team from the line of officials. And Jonah, as an old Counties Manukau man, perhaps he gave a special warm shake to Sherwin Stowers. And again to DJ Forbes from the south part of Auckland, New Zealand originally. Although these days Lomu, of course, is a man of the world. And here they go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
commemorative tankards and a trophy for New Zealand. And there it is for DJ Forbes and New Zealand Cup winners 2000.